Alright, this is a reading for the Milk Carton Children. Did this help any missing children or spread any awareness? This was around probably the Second World War or something. I don't remember specifically when it started. But there was kids on milk cartons at one point, like missing children or, um, you know, abducted children on milk cartons. And there was only a few children that actually made it home. The milk carton, thing didn't really work as well as it should have. So, anyway, let me draw some cards and we'll see what's going on. I don't know how many exactly I'll get, but we'll see what comes out for this reading. Because we'll just see what the messages say, and then it'll probably raise more questions than it answers, but also the milk carton children were kind of a inspired thing by breakfast. So my favorite meal of the day is breakfast. So see how this works out. Okay, so we have the Three of Cups. I'm just gonna read them all up, right? So there's friendships and celebration. There's the Seven of Cups. There's a lot of illusions and psychic bonds. There's the Nine of Cups, which is emotional satisfaction and wrapped up in something. There's also the Hermit, which is solitude. Okay. And then there is the Eight of Wands, which is, I think it's quick developments and speedy developments. I think that's what they were hoping for anyway. The Ten of Pentacles is satisfaction and engagement. We have the Magician, which is skill and letters. We have a Three of Wands with seeking direction and partnerships. We have the Three of Pentacles, which is working together with others and a business partnership. And then we have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is new energy and a desire. So it's a lot of water sign energy and a lot of fire sign energy and some earth sign. But with everything considered, it's kind of a weird thing. Also, I got some cards here. This is a fun threesome. It doesn't have to be sexual. It can be a business orientation. Whole heart. Finding purpose. Stability, peace, prosperity. We have debating. We have Uranus, originality, trends, change and disruption in life. We also have toxic, inability, toxicity, inhabilitating progression, demise, and poison. So that could mean anything. But I think it made it more toxic or whatever as time went on. We have psychic or telepathic communication. There is magic in the simple things in life. The little things mean so much. Backyard blessings. Let's see. There's also a collaboration. So, with backyard blessings and collaboration, it was amongst neighbors that were helping them try to find their children when they went missing. There's also an abundance, determination. There is a lot of hype around this, the milk carton children. It's also a conspiracy theory as to why they started it in the first place, but we'll get into that later. Much later. It takes a weird turn if you want to do more research on it, and they don't really know why the milk carton campaign didn't find more children. We still have problems with missing persons now, but with missing children, it was a big, like, thing, like, in the early days of the U.S. and around certain communities, too. Okay, you're putting off the ending that you know is necessary. There is a holding on to something that needs to be let go of. Change can feel frightening, but know that there is a refusal and an embrace in it. Um, you'll only make the process more difficult and painful. Uh, a provider that isn't afraid to get his hands dirty and work hard for what he wants. Stable, warm, and welcoming, he creates material abundance and takes pride in the comfort of his home and all fruits of his labor. There was a lot of farmers that were looking for children too. Like all the missing children, they were probably the most active ones. There's a few other groups that were active in this group too. But yeah, mostly farmers, mostly a lot of communities and things. So, many dreamy possibilities. Each option shows better that than the last, carries a warning. Do not allow idealistic thinking to get the better of you. Make sure that you're seeking things that are real and that are getting something done instead of getting caught up in a fantasy world. Um, let's see, restful energy, you are reaching the plateau and are in a state of stagnancy. You need a change of pace. Say from the routines and the meaning of shaking things up or regaining momentum in something can be what is called for. There had to be a lot of call to momentum, or a break in a case. A lot of times cases would just go unseen for a while because they had no leads, and that's a problem with a lot of these cases. Um, your reach or you're close to reaching the end of a life-changing journey. Have learned so much along the way. Take a moment to reflect on all you've been through, or what all you've gone through, and get where you are to at this point. Um, appreciate the ways that the adventure helped you to grow. Celebrate this adventure that helped you to grow into the person you are now. The momentum is great, the success is monumentous, and there will be a future. The next great chapter in your life awaits. So when they closed off the chapter, they found possibilities and made like the Amber Alert system for children that were missing or that had been kidnapped or been taken under mysterious circumstances to raise awareness nationwide. And a lot of times we do find those children, but it had to take the milk carton children to fail to have the Amber Alert work, which was good in many ways and bad in many ways because there was some ends that were very sad. Reminiscing about the past can help you appreciate the present, but be careful not to let nostalgia cloud your way of thinking. Remember, it's easy to romanticize the past, bring in the focus back to the present day and how to make things better. So, always with things like missing persons, they're always looking for new technology, new ways of finding people, new symbols, new things. Like if somebody needs help, there is a sign language symbol for that now. There are more things coming, more available, and raising awareness amongst the community. Because being taken or abducted or kidnapped or just losing your way or your footing sometimes. It happens to the best of us, you know. So it's better to have some way of communicating with the outside world so you can find help or get back to where you need to be. Alright? Found it very exciting to actually do stuff like this, to raise awareness and to show people how far we've come as a society. Okay, so we have trust. If you are feeling torn about what direction to take, it's time to make a decision. Both paths will be challenging and rewarding at the same time. So choose one and trust that whichever one you choose will be the right one for you. It's time to move forward. Take action. It is time for you to act. You will be able to achieve great deals of things if you act on ideals and thoughts that have recently come to you. Approach thoughts that have recently come to you over time, and present them with confidence and determination. Nothing can be stopped if you are reaching for the goals that other people also need or want to achieve too. We also have safety. It's safe for you to come out from hiding. The coast is clear. You may feel as if you are wandering into unfamiliar territory. There is a need to be scared of certain things in life. Remember, life never throws you more than you can manage at the current time or other times. There is a lot of tests in this life to make you into who you need to be, whether that's hard or different or introducing you into something that you might not be ready for. It does shape you into an individual as to find out who you are and what you want, and molding that into one very significant person the world needs. All right. And I believe that. I believe in the process. I mean, you're not going to be the person you need to be overnight. It takes trial and error in how you react to certain things or certain stresses in your life. So take that with a lot of heart. Okay? Okay. A perfect art of balancing responsibilities. Strike a balance. Reinvent yourself to suit your own desires or who you have become. Ride the awareness train or challenge yourself in your own life. Feeling immobile, stop being critical and stop your anger and try to put it in check. Don't let the little things build up over time. Find a new way to release that stress, talk it out, or keep a journal. Therapy works. And a lot of other distressors. There's a lot of people that are introverts and they never tell people what they mean, or they never make it into a trend, which could be a problem for a lot of people that need to express themselves because they're going through a hard enough situation in their lives. Especially younger children, they go through that kind of weird phase where they don't know who they are as people and they don't want to blow up at somebody because they know that that's wrong, or they don't know how to express themselves efficiently because they don't know exactly what to say. It's better to approach it like you would anything else. Sometimes being a good listener works, and sometimes drawing from your own experiences as a young person helps too. With me, I always try to put my own lesson on a situation and then have somebody teach me what's going on with them. I never assume I know everything. I always learn from other people. So it's a good practice. I mean, you're as good as your best ally, but yeah, you should always learn from somebody else. It's nice. See, take more than you give. Misdirected resources will be returned to you. Encourage dependency over a provider isn't good, but offer it in provisions. Alright, so wasting your energy, sacrificing yourself for a little gain in return. Seek new ideas to replenish your creativity. No magic, no situation, and no results can prosper. We do have abundance, fulfillment, prosperity, harmony, security, and completeness for some people that were a part of this team. Learning practical skills that can be used for business. The end of a friendship, more likely to deal with long-term or outreaching issues in an environment, short-term issues or everyday issues. We also have responsibility. There's a head of a family here, there's a company, and there's some type of dominant energy here. We have success, soulmates, and twin flames. We have making ends meet. We have flexibility. We have the yes card. We also have a Leo Virgo energy for exposure. We have the world, which is also the yes card. It's a Capricorn Aquarian energy, and it's to give insight to trials and tribulations, delays, or the impact of winter time where things might go missing. There's also undecided energy as time goes on with Jupiter in Capricorn here. So there was a lot of impact going on here, and there was a lot of delays and uncertainty. There's also a responsive, cautious individual being realistic. The end of a cycle goals indicates the balancing act of balancing. So with a lot of these cases, there was kids that would go over to their friend's house and stay the night or stay for like a week or whatever because they were going to the same school anyway. So like parents really didn't like get contacted until the kid arrived home or something. But a lot of the missing children were literally like a block away from their house at their friend's house. So they got returned to their house by police officers and things to check in with their parents and then do the same thing over and over again. A lot of those missing children were that. And then there was a few of them that were part of a scheme called the Hollywood Adoptions. The Hollywood Adoptions are interesting. It's where actors and actresses were adopting kids under the promise of money with like something that it sounded a little shady to me. But yeah, some kids got into that. It was kind of like a trafficking adoption agency. It was a weird thing, and I had to deal with that for a time of thinking about it. Like with me, I went through the foster care system when I was really young. I got adopted by somebody that my mother knew, and I got returned within like I think it was like 2 months of being adopted out to this family. And then then my mother got custody of us again. Me and my brother were part of the same family, luckily enough. But yeah, some kids don't get out of like foster care situations either. And I don't think it's the parents' fault a lot of times either. But yeah, I've been very lucky with my upbringing. But yeah, I'm with my biological mom. Some people had questions about that. Are you adopted to another family, or did you stay with your mom? Or foster care system is very difficult to get out of, but I got out of there because I had a good attorney at the time. So it's been a hard road for me. I can tell you some stories, but I don't want to do that now. It's too much information, and it would hurt a lot of people's feelings to know I went through some things that I did. But yeah, with missing children, you never know if they're dead or alive, and that's the scariest part of it. And a lot of times, you have one chance of getting away from a particular situation. Doesn't matter what it is. I mean, you have an opportunity that calls out to you saying, "This is your shot," and you feel that movement as a kid, like you should be going this way instead of going back this way. And a lot of times you second guess yourself as a kid and you don't really know what to do. It's like the Elizabeth Smart case, or basically anybody from the Smart case. There's been so many people with the last name Smart that have gone missing. It's a conspiracy within itself. It's kind of a weird segue, but again, it's like if you look up that family's name, I don't know what's going on there, but there's been a lot of missing children, people, a lot. The Smart name has like a weird connotation, I guess, and there has been a lot of groups that have been surrounding adoption agencies, missing children agencies, excuse me, and other agencies that deal with children for whatever reason, which it's a little shady. So it's very hard to get support when you're a child too. So it's like if there's any weird stuff going on, it's very hard to get out of the situation, and it's very hard to talk about because you're not really sure if people are going to take what you say as serious or as like a prank or a game, because kids are still developing and forming their own opinions, ideals, and trying to resolve a situation in their mind as to what's happening. So it's a lot of things. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off because it's like running out of time. But yes, if you want to research this, please do. It's a very interesting subject. Um, and it branched out to a lot of different things. This is kind of one of the deep rabbit holes of the internet, which I pulled up and I was like, shit. I was in this rabbit hole for days looking up stuff about the carton children. It's a conspiracy in and of itself. It's very interesting, it's very sad, and it's very stressful to know that there was a lot of things going on around this time that prevented finding children, and there was a lot of, let's say, bad actors in this situation too. So if you want something to read or look at, please do. Um, I think awareness was the biggest thing, and marketing could have been better. But I just feel like there was a very little resource for this. And it's sad to think about all those children that went missing. There's millions of children that went missing. Um, for whatever reason. I don't know. Anyway, I will see you in the next reading. Take care of yourselves, take care of everyone, and if you see anything that's weird, you might want to take a closer look and find out what's going down. Because it could be a disgruntled parent, or it could be somebody who's, trafficking children. So you have to be aware, and if they do ask you for help in some way, shape, or form, please do not overthink it. Just do it, because it could save somebody's life. Alright? Anyway, I'll see you later. Alright, bye.